If you want to control your virtual instruments, especially if you use Native Instruments ecosystem, the best keyboards for this are the Native Instruments own Kontrol series of keyboards. At least that's what everyone says. But I needed proof. See, about a month and a half ago, Native Instruments announced that the Arturia Keylab family were now compatible with NKS, their system for controlling virtual instruments and plugins. I had just bought an S49, but I was curious if I had made the best purchase. So I decided to order a Keylab and see who controls instruments and my DAW, Cubase, better. Whichever doesn't pass the test is sadly going back. I've set up a comparison chart and I will assign a point to whoever does it better or has an advantage that the other doesn't. We'll see who comes out on top. Follow along and do your own scores because you and I might not share the same opinion. Now, right out of the gate, it's not looking great for Arturia. You can, of course, browse the library directly from the S49. For me, it's no problem browsing from the computer, as that is what I mostly do, but first point is for the S49. Now, if you've seen my video about the Panorama CS12, you know I'm not a fan of wrapper plugins. To use the Arturia Keylab, you have to use the Complete Control plugin, and I don't like it. I've had many issues in the past where it doesn't find the instrument that I had previously loaded. And I'm not the only one, according to the forums. I hope Arturia is able to at least update this to control Kontakt directly as the S49 does. But for now, another point for the S49. And just so you don't think I'm BSing here, this is one of the new electric pianos from Native Instruments, the Phoenix. I just opened it inside Kontrol and it's crashed. Look at it. The GUI is not letting me edit anything. And where are the macros that are supposed to be along the bottom here? And this is a common occurrence. Every time you run Native Access to update something, something else breaks. This is unacceptable. But the biggest disappointment of this so-called new Arturia NKS compatibility has to be that there is no bidirectional communication between the DAW and the keyboard. So you get the 8 macros pre-assigned in every NKS instrument, but you can't see what you're controlling from the keyboard. You touch the knob and it's just a generic name. I can count to 8, fine, but this point goes to the S49. Now, us Cubase users have a feature in it called Quick Controls. And the idea is that you can take 8 controls, assign them to any particular functions that you want to control in that particular plugin, and then from now on, that particular plugin will always open and have those parameters assigned. And then you can take any set of 8 controllers in your keyboard and assign them to the particular quick controls. In the Keylab, you have the option to have a template to control your DAW, in this particular case, Cubase. And it comes pre-assigned to the quick controls. So you can easily control any parameters with these once you assign them to whatever you want in your instrument. The S49 can be set up the same way, but honestly, why would you do that when its own controls under NKS for many plugins even have extended parameters way beyond what the 8 quick controls would give you? This point is for the S49. To control the mixer, truth be told, faders are more intuitively controlled with physical faders. But again, the S49 has bidirectional communication, so you even get the channel names and meters displayed. Now, who controls Arturia's own instruments better? Let's say Pigments, for example. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the S49 is way better at controlling Pigments than Arturia's own controller. You have, to begin with, the ability to browse presets and audition in real time, which you don't have on the Keylab. And within the plugin, the amount of parameters it has, it's pages and pages. I would venture a guess and say probably everything that's on the plugin is here. When controlling Pigments from the Keylab, there are 16 parameters mapped, knobs and faders. You have to touch the control to see what you're controlling, but it reports back the parameter it is assigned to. And you can step through the presets one by one with these arrows. But on the S49, you can even filter the presets according to type and character. The instrument that comes included with your purchase of the Keylab, AnalogLab V, sounds gorgeous. No surprise there. I mean, Arturia's V collection has long been one of the best vintage synthesizer collections out there. This is a point for the Keylab. AnalogLab V sounds so good, it'll make you want to upgrade to the full V collection if you don't already have it. But is it enough to make me want the Keylab over the S49? Nah. If you get the full V collection, which you should, many of its instruments have NKS templates, so you can control them directly from the S49. And there's even a company called Freelance Sound Labs that sells additional ones. Moving on, the keyboard feel is better for me on the Keylab. It feels more solid. The S49 feels spongy in comparison, but I don't know. You have to test this for yourself. You might prefer the complete opposite to me. Pads are definitely useful. I've been a long-time user of Machine and I love programming drums on pads, and these feel good, feel solid. Plus, they have one more advantage for us Cubase users. You can assign key commands to them. Out of the box, they come pre-assigned with some useful basic stuff. You can open and close several different areas of the program, but you can assign them to basically anything that can be controlled by a key command. A really useful function for us Cubase users. So for me, both points go to the Keylab. I don't really use play assistance features that much, but they seem to have equivalent features, both of them. Scales, arpeggiator, chords. Again, as far as I can tell. Let me know if I missed some obvious advantage to you. There is a definite use case for those faders, and that's when programming something like strings, orchestral strings, where you need to control things like expression, crossfading between layers of sampled intensity, the depth and speed of vibrato in real time at the same time. Some say the faders are on the wrong side for this. Sure, they could be on the left, but I was able to operate them easily for this. This is all impossible on the S49, much less with one hand, where you have the mod wheel and that expression strip above it. You need two hands to control it. And let's not even talk about trying to control two knobs at the same time with one hand. You can't do it. I normally use Metagrid Pro for this, and I've gotten used to touching glass, but this may be absolute sacrilege to many of you. The light guides on the S49 prove useful sometimes with the more complicated instruments that have key switches or ranges like Action Strikes. And finally, Polyphonic Aftertouch. S49 has it, Keylab doesn't. Does it make a difference? Absolutely. If you haven't used it, try it sometime. The level of expression, texture, subtle detail you can add to your performance with it is not matched by regular Aftertouch. Jose Luis from the future here, as I was editing the video this very same afternoon, August 13, and I released a major update for the Kontrol series of keyboards. You now will be able to control any plugin chains from the keyboard. No messing with templates. It just does it automatically. Let's see, let me open the first plugin in the chain, which is a black box from Plugin Alliance, and every plugin gets its own tab. You just switch and all the controls are right there, assignable, and immediately controlling it. And it covers any manufacturer that I've tried so far. Let me see, UAD, for example, the LA2A, same thing, right out of the gate. Let me see, an N-Fuse from Kive. Same thing, automatically. This is amazing. This is like Christmas for Kontrol keyboard owners right now. I gotta give credit to Native Instruments because at the start of the year, we were not happy with them, and they have kind of turned it around. So thank you, NI. So final score with the S49 ahead. Again, for me. Let me know if you think otherwise in the comments. Two last comments. I cannot understand for the life of me all that wasted real estate on the S49. Enough for a few great faders or some of those high quality pads from Machine. I can only think that Native Instruments is trying to squeeze every penny they can from these devices. Also, supposedly MIDI 2.0 will bring all of this automatically. No more fiddling with templates and assignments and wrappers. There's already a proof of concept with the Core Key Stage and their Wave State plugin. Well, there's a tab in the S49 settings that reads MIDI 2.0. I don't know what that means. It doesn't do anything yet. MIDI 2.0 would end the dominance of the NKS standard for Native Instruments. So is that little tab just for show? We'll see. So there you have it. I'm very curious to know your point of view on this and if I missed something important with this comparison. As for me, the Keylab sadly goes back. And I'm ordering the S61 now. 49 keys are not enough. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.